Hello Watch Fam, I'm the Chirpy Panda and welcome to another episode of Unboxing and First Impressions. I love how it's like an episode now because that's kind of all I do. Unboxing and First Impressions so far. Today we are looking at the RLG Legrand Atlanticus. As I did last week, we did the RLG Odyssey, and at the same time I actually was shopping around the website and I looked at this and it was on sale for, I think it was 30% off or something like that. It was super cheap. I thought, you know, for a compressor based like style watch, why not? So I just hit the buy button and today we're gonna unbox it and give my first impression. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's flip the camera around and check it out. Welcome back guys. So in front of me is the RLG Legrand Atlanticus in black and orange. It's a diver watch and compressor style. So I'm gonna just jump straight into it. I've already reviewed an RLG last week, so this one is very similar. The box is almost identical to the Odyssey, so it's kind of like just a normal box. And inside, as expected, is a watch roll. There's nothing else in here by the way, so I don't know, no warranty card, nothing. I believe there is a 2-year warranty for all watches purchased through the RLG website. Oh, the warranty card's in here. RLG watches 29th of April is, I guess, from 5 years from now, is how long they'll cover this. So there is no second strap, it's just a watch. It is a cheaper watch. I did get it on sale for $162. I'm kind of bummed because its original price is $250 right now at the store. There is still stock, I believe. But they did run a 55% off, which brings the cost down to $112 US. Oh my god, that is so cheap for this watch. $112 is, if you can get that sale for 112 bucks, this is what you get. It is, wow, this is stunning. This is great looking. I really did just review the RLG Odyssey. I feel like I can already immediately tell this is not as well made, but for $162 it is, you know, not a bad buy. From what I can see now. Now let's measure the watch itself. Got my trusty digital caliper. Let's measure it from the middle. You know what? I rarely get to measure it right there because the two crowns are on the top and bottom. 42. Oh, it's a big watch. It is a big watch. So hopefully I can pull it off. 13 thickness. So the crystal is sapphire and it kind of protruded only slightly. This I feel like this is more like a box cut. Is that what you will call it? Lug to lug is 48. Okay, ooh, that is my limit. 48 is my limit. And 22 lug to lug. So it is a bigger watch than the Odyssey. So if you have bigger wrist than me, then that's great. Now, okay, that's turning the internal bezel. So rotating bezel is omnidirectional rotating bezel, but it's very hard to very hard to turn. Let's move on to the movement first because I kind of have to wind it anyways. This is using the Seiko NH35A automatic movement. Now 35A I believe does not have a ghost date. Let me just quickly check. Oh, it does, I think. Okay, so I got the change the time. Let me put it on 6:30 first, approximately. It's got a ghost date, you see. Oh, RLG, why you gotta do that to me for? I'm not happy about that, but you know, it is a very cheap watch though. Okay, done. Okay, so that's that. Let's grind it. You know, NH35A, you guys have, most of you would have some sort of experience with it. It is a very sturdy, robust, kind of workhorse. Most boutique brands use this because it is cheap to buy. I think it's like $30 or $40 for the movement. However, it is a very sturdy movement and it is also automatic and hand wound as you saw. This is not a hackable movement though. I should have just did it just then. Sorry. Is it hackable? I think it is. Oh, it's hackable movement. Yep, that's good. I completely forgot about it. So that's a plus. This one, it feels very hard. I did see some reviews online before buying it that when I turn the internal rotating bezel, it kind of shuffles around, but I don't think I have that problem. Yeah, I don't have that problem on my watch. That's good. The crystal is really nice though. I like how this kind of slightly domed effect gives off that really vintage vibe, and the orange accent on the black dial is really, it's a really nice touch. Moving on to the actual dial, as you can see, there is a lot of things happening on this. Now, with the internal rotating bezel, that's one kind of element, you either love it or hate it. I really enjoy having something like that, an element like that. And also makes the watch really slimline. When I say slimline, like kind of like there isn't an external factor in there. It's just like the case and the crystal. The orange kind of chapter ring around it really makes this watch pop. And on camera, I don't know if it does it justice, but in person, it does really stand out. All the indices are applied, and there is a BGW9, the loom on the indices as well as the hand. The interesting thing is that these hands, what would you call them? They're kind of like, they're batons, right? But they're like cut off at the end. Normally it's kind of rounded. It's like cut off at the end. At the top, it's using the old RLG logo, so RLG automatic. It's not that obnoxious, I guess. This is the new logo, which they use on new watches. And these are this is an old batch, I guess. And underneath it says Atlanticus, and it has 200 meters water resistance. It is not a certified diver, but it is stated 200 meters water resistance. The actual case itself, it's very thick. I think it's because the NH35 is very thick. The Odyssey was much thinner because it was using a thinner movement, and it didn't have a ghost date. It did cost twice the price though, so take that with a grain of salt. In terms of the finishing of the actual case, it's basic. The polishing is well done, but nothing to harp on about. It's kind of like all polish on the side to the lugs. It's all kind of like a single style polish. On the bezel itself is a single style polish, but then from the case side to the bezel, there's a little lip which is kind of polished, and that adds a little bit of dynamic or a different element to just a fully polished case, which would probably be pretty boring. On to the actual crowns, it's kind of got a checkered looking thingamabob. I don't know, like a honeycomb etching onto the crown, and the crown itself is easy to grip. Though, as I mentioned before, the crown that moves the internal rotating bezel is very hard to turn, and I almost feel like it's too recessed into the case for me to actually get a good grip. So it's like I'm always losing grip every time I try to turn it. So that I'm not too happy about. So that's something you guys need to consider. Now, I love how it's a leather strap. The outside has a coating of some sort that makes it feel kind of carbon fiber and plastic. But leather on a dive watch, you know, take what you will. I'm not going to jump into the water with this strap, obviously, but I've got some metal straps. I'll see if it fits. This is a beautiful looking case back. Look how well that etching is done, and it's deep etch. It's not just like a surface thing. It's deep etched. The whole time I was holding the watch, I was like, oh, I like that texture. So it looks like a boat of some sort. I'm not sure. And maybe there was a historical boat called Atlanticus. I don't know too much about that. Maybe a Viking boat. Not sure. It does say automatic RLG for the brand. Atlanticus, obviously the watch name. 200 meters and water resistant. And NH35, that's all. So there isn't anything else to the case back itself. As I was mentioning, this crystal before, it actually stands like it's almost the entire watch is the crystal. I really enjoy watches where they try to pull as much of the bezel and everything away so that it's like, oh, I'm just looking at the watch itself. So I'm currently wearing the Sarb033, and you can kind of compare how much dial, how much crystal you're looking at. Now this is obviously much smaller, so 38 I think. Yeah, this is obviously 42, so it's much bigger. But I guess for a dive watch, you want it to be big, right? You want everything to be legible. I wonder if there's any lume on the bezel. I don't think there is, but hopefully the lume on this, which is blue, would look amazing. Oh, I forgot the buckle. The buckle is nice and big. It says RLG on it. I feel like that's kind of too big, the buckle. I don't know. So let's just chuck on the wrist to see how it wears and how it feels. And I'll just, before I do that, I'll put it right next to this again so you can kind of see the size differential. If you've got like a 38 size watch, then you can see like how big it is. I've got a 6¼ inch wrist for your information. And here we have it. Now the strap is very stiff right now, so I gotta break it in. So I'm not necessarily wearing it too tight, it's just very stiff. But it's very comfortable. The inside of it is very comfortable, even though the outside is kind of embossed and stitched and stuff like that. The inside is very supple. The watch itself wears okay. I mean, as you can see with a 6¼ inch wrist, it is at my limit. like 1 or 2 more millimeters and it will be sticking out on the side. So if you got bigger wrist, you'll be fine. If you got smaller wrist, you might have to look elsewhere. Unless you want to wear a big watch, and that's completely your prerogative. It looks nice, really nice actually. I want to chuck a metal strap, like a stainless steel strap on it. I feel like it would just look so much cooler. However, I don't know if anything will fit. I did buy one where it doesn't have like, you know, the custom end links. It's just like, it looks like this, just across, and it's metallic. So maybe that will look really cool. It'll look really manly, I feel like. Is that a good way to put it? Like really chunky, really beefy. And it'll probably work well with this watch. So if I was to compare it, if you've seen my RLG Odyssey watch review, or unboxing I should say, and first impression, that is substantially better watch. It does cost a lot more too. Twice the price, I believe, almost. But for this one, $162 I bought it for. It is currently retailing for $250, which I still think is kind of worth it, because at that price range, you don't really have much choice with this much happening. It does have a ghost date. It is using an NH35, but for 160 something, I don't think there's many competition. Definitely nothing with the internal rotating bezel, like compressor style watch. So if you're looking for a compressor style watch at that price, this is it. There's nothing to compare. It is also sapphire crystal, so a lot of the other ones will be acrylic if you're into that, or a hard lax or a mineral crystal. So, you know, take what you will. So welcome back. That was the RLG Atlanticus with the black and orange dial, the black and orange color configuration. For the price, I have to start with the price because that's what enticed me to this compressor watch. I'm at 160 something, and I think at times now you can get for 50% off. That means from 250 it'll be down to $125. Oh, it's 55% off, sorry, the last time I saw. That was $112. It's an absolute steal for $112. For anything under 150 or even where I got it from, 160 something, I feel like it's actually a steal purely because it's got an NH35A movement in there. Yes, it's got a ghost date, but it is a robust, stable, accurate movement that is a workhorse for more cheaper boutique watches. So, you know, that's a win. It's a compressor style watch, you know. If you haven't got one and you really want to get your hands on like a compressor kind of style watch, then this is probably what you want to get, you know, for that price. Even at 250, I mean, 250 might be a bit of a stretch, so you got to wait for a deal. It's not a bad looking watch. I don't really have that issue where the internal rotating bezel kind of shifts around. So I know a lot of people said that the internal rotating bezel kind of, when you're kind of turning it, it does a little shifting. I don't think I had it. I mean, I had it on the macro and stuff. If you guys can see it in the video, let me know. I couldn't really notice that shifting. So it could be a quality control issue from RLG. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, like if you want to kind of have a bet. But if you're getting under 200 bucks, I reckon it's something you can deal with. It's got screw down crown. Also, you can definitely jump into the pool with this. You won't use the leather strap to go in the pool, so I'll say try to get a metallic strap of some sort, maybe a Milanese strap or something. That could work if you really want to jump in the pool. You know, if you're not, you know, it looks fine with this kind of like a pattern black strap. It looks nice personally. Now, out of the beholder wise, I find it quite nice looking. It's a good looking watch. It's a complex watch in a sense that there's so many things happening on it. It's got an internal rotating bezel, and then it's got like an orange chapter ring which is recessed from the dial. Like it just steps down, and then the indices are all applied with this kind of really shiny silver polished look with lume in the middle. So the lume was okay. I guess it's not that great lume, so this is not the lume type of watch you want to get. But otherwise, it's a cheap watch. For when I say cheap, I mean I don't think it's made cheaply. Yeah, I feel like there's quality to be said about this watch. It's built well. I didn't have that problem once again from the other people. I'm saying the price is quite cheap for what you get, so the value is there. Anyways, that's kind of my first impression. I was just playing with the so I'll let you hear that. Can you guys hear that? the Seiko NH35 movement. I love winding that watch. It's a hackable movement as well. I understand why all the boutique brands or micro bands all use that. It's just a go-to. You know it's not gonna break. It's less likely a chance for someone sending it back for warranty and stuff like that. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed that video and if you like the watch, please consider hitting that like button. It does help the algorithm and it'll get the video all the way up. And if you have this watch, leave a comment down below. Do you have that internal rotating bezel issue? Or you can ask any questions you have about this watch and I'll try to answer it for you before you go and purchase it. Otherwise, you guys have been amazing. I'm the Chirpy Panda and I catch you in the next one. Peace.